Interested in getting your heart pounding? Think pickleball. This fast-paced pastime is now on the grand stage in Southwest Florida. In the spirit of the sport, we're in a pickle for this week's show. We kick off with the place for pickleball. Naples hosts the U.S. Open Pickleball Championship this week. Once a sport for seniors, it's now casting a wide net. And since most of us didn't grow up playing pickleball, a few lessons might be in order. Enter a Bonita business that's holding court.
I get new players every single week. And I keep looking at all these people that come out and I'm like, where are you coming from? Because I would have thought by now I would have taught everybody in Naples.
Plus, no sport is without injury, but in our Positively Healthy report, we're serving up tips for playing it safe. Finally, since we're on a pickle roll, how about fried pickles? You'll find them on the menu at area restaurants. We'll have those stories along with the latest from our newsroom. I'm Amy Osher, and this is Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. Thanks for joining us. Naples is front and center of the pickleball universe this week. And I do mean universe. This sport has gotten so big, there are TV channels devoted to its play. With championship titles at stake, a lot of eyes will be on the action. The first pickleball championships last April netted a lot of attention, attracting 860 players and more than 10,000 spectators. Surprising since we were sweating through a heat wave that drove temperatures well into the 90s. Tourism officials say the Open tournament generated 2,500 overnight stays and $6.4 million in direct spending in the community. And for folks who couldn't make the trip, they had their choice of online TV networks devoted to the sport. And this year, CBS's Sports Network will also stream live coverage. The action starts today and ends on April 30th. Title sponsor Mento is committed to holding the Open here through 2021. If you haven't tried pickleball, you're missing out on a lot of fun. It's described as a mashup of tennis, ping pong, and badminton. Once an activity for senior citizens, people of all ages are seriously taking up this sport with a funny name. Combine a paddle, wiffle ball, and a short court. You have the makings of a good time. The sport of pickleball is catching on like crazy, especially in Southwest Florida.
I get new players every single week.
Dominic Catalano founded 3D Pickleball, operating clinics and classes solely devoted to the game with a funny name.
You can learn this game fairly easily and be able to play it at whatever level you come in at.
He coaches complete novices along with people who migrated from other sports.
So Nikki's back here, and Nikki's going to serve. She's going to make sure she stays behind the line.
Nicole Buckmaster traded her tennis racket for a paddle and hasn't looked back. That was 6 years ago.
Perfect, right there. That's a perfect serve. She followed all the rules.
I totally quit tennis. I just love pickleball. I'm almost addicted to it, and I play 4 to 5 times a week.
You go to any park around here or community, and there's dozens upon dozens of people, if not hundreds of people, playing on a daily basis.
It has a rep as being an old-timer sport, and it's true that seniors relish the opportunity to play pickleball.
The court is a third of the size of a tennis court, so you're not running around as much, but you're still getting a good workout.
To net a wider field of players, Coach Catalano is taking his lessons to the local Y.
So why not get the kids down here involved in it? There's no reason not to, because they're the future of the sport.
At the rate the sport is growing, it should be an easy ace. And you can bet wherever there is fast-growing activity, there's money being made. Pickleball's popularity continues to soar, and it's turning many businesses green.
Right now we have 11 employees, and we're still growing. We're hiring 4 more employees. To date, we have sold approximately 80,000 paddles, online and through our retail store. So we are definitely a growing company. This building is approximately 11,500 square feet. It encompasses a production, manufacturing plant. We have a retail pro shop, and we have 2 indoor air-conditioned pickleball courts. It's the only facility in the world that has a manufacturing plant, pro shop, and it has pickleball courts, so you can see how the paddles are made. We do factory tours. You can come in our pro shop and buy our paddles and accessories. And then if you want, you can just walk across the courtyard and play with our paddles and try them out. The owner, Todd Pree, has a degree in marketing. So he is always looking for the most successful type of business that's happening in the day. So with that marketing savvy, he did some research and found that pickleball was the fastest growing sport in America. That, coupled with Naples being the host of the U.S. Open, it was a no-brainer. We're going to start making paddles here. So that's how it became into a manufacturing plant and a facility that it is today. The competition is fierce. Our biggest competitor is China. So most of the big box retail stores, you go into their stores and you're going to find paddles of all different prices, but almost every one of them are made in China. So we feel very proud that we manufacture an American-made product using American-made materials, and we feel that our paddles are highly competitive with anything you can find out there. We manufacture two types of paddles. This paddle is called our Patriot paddle, and it's also a classic. So all these paddles on this side of the grid are our classic paddles. And the classics have this U channel. It's a protective edging. So if you're a new person just playing the game and you happen to hit the ground with this paddle, it's not going to damage the edge at all. And our higher end paddles are called our barricade paddles, and they don't have an edge on it. So they have many player advantages. They're lighter weight, they don't have the edge, which can cause a ball to go wayward if you hit it on an edged paddle. So that's the more competitive paddle that we have, and we've actually had people win tournaments using our paddles.
So will people this weekend be playing with some of these paddles?
Oh, you bet, yeah. I wish everybody was.
Coming up, Naples Daily News reports a behind-the-headlines look at how new immigration policy is playing out in Southwest Florida. Stay tuned.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days, because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida, and now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
As with any activity, accidents and missteps happen. The same holds true with pickleball. From minor scuffs to strains and pains, Physicians Regional Healthcare System is providing medical services at the tournament this week. But first, they shared a few tips to help you play it safe. Here's the latest in our Positively Healthy series. Fast breaks on the court may end up in painful breaks, as in bones. Orthopedic surgeon Brian Hanipsiak is well acquainted with the ups and downs of pickleball.
Well, believe it or not, I've seen quite a number of pickleball injuries, and they stem from a few different things. First of all, pickleball is a cutting sport where the athletes are typically moving side to side, and anytime that happens, you're at risk for lower extremity injuries such as ankle or knee.
Quick moves, stepping on the ball, stumbling into the net can all have serious consequences, especially if people don't fall properly.
If they can't get their arm out to save themselves, I've seen a lot of proximal humerus fractures and collarbone fractures, and the majority of these require surgery.
Core strengthening exercises can help, boosting your game and lessening the chance of getting hurt by working on your balance.
Exercises that strengthen the large muscles that support your spine and support your joints and help you move with better balance and stabilize your joints so you have less aches and pains. I routinely send patients to physical therapy for core strengthening.
One of the most common game time issues is largely avoidable.
Muscle cramps is a condition that we frequently see, and when you're dehydrated, your reaction time goes down and it predisposes you to injury.
Water is good, sports drinks with electrolytes even better. Adding extra potassium, as simple as eating a banana, can also help you stay hydrated. It's one of several steps to set yourself up for success.
Playing on a dry surface, having proper footwear, stretching and loosening up prior to it are the best ways to prevent injury.
At the end of the day, the reward of exercise far outweighs the risk of getting hurt.
I can fix sprains and strains, we can fix broken bones, we can replace joints. It's very difficult to replace hearts and lungs.
Taking these tips to heart should help you play it safe. Keeping you current on other things going on around Southwest Florida. Here's a view from our reporters on the beat.
Thanks, Amy. So big news for Immokalee this week that we're going to look into here. Michelin-rated 3-star French chef Christian Lesquire has agreed to work with the Immokalee Culinary Accelerator for a year. So what he's going to do is he's going to provide a mentorship for at least one chef that goes through the program, help an aspiring chef kind of make it, as well as do several fundraiser dinners that is going to help the program in Immokalee and help spur the area as a destination really for culinary and food-based processing. It's something that Immokalee's been struggling with for years. It has obviously great food coming out of it, but very little processing is actually done there. So as Collier County looks to diversify its economy and really spur business growth, it's looking to capture and lock down food processors in Immokalee. So find out more about that on naplesnews.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley Collins. I'm a reporter with the Collier Citizen. This past week I got to work on another installment with the hashtag Southwest Florida Strong series, highlighting people in the community making a positive difference. I got to go out to Spur On, which is a horse rehabilitation center that is working to provide programs for vets and families to help them through horse therapy. They're actually near the Pickle and Strand Forest. So for more on this story, visit naplesnews.com.
Hello everyone, my name is Eric Statz. I'm the environment reporter for the Naples Daily News. Although this week I'm switching it up a bit, talking to people about their feelings about Trump's first 100 days in office. My colleague at the Fort Myers News Press, David Dorsey, and I have been following 8 people in Southwest Florida from all different walks of life to find out what they have to say about some of the issues that Trump has faced. If you'd like to see what they had to say about it, you can catch the story in today's Naples Daily News or go to naplesnews.com.
One storyline we're continuing to follow looks at the real-life impact of a crackdown on illegal immigration. When President Trump took office, he made it clear changes were coming. Our reporters are monitoring the uptick in detainments in Collier County. The reporting team of Patrick Riley and Alexi Cardona are all over this story. They reveal a surge of arrests for minor offenses that have dozens of Collier immigrants facing deportation. The first detainment coming within hours of the president signing an executive order on January 25th, tightening immigration enforcement.
This mother of 2 from East Naples, she was stopped by a deputy and just a few hours after that executive order was issued and was then sent to the jail, was eventually handed over to ICE and sent to the Broward Transitional Center where she stayed. And we're not exactly sure what happened to her, but she is the first person, as far as we can tell, who was sort of affected by these new immigration enforcement priorities.
The Daily News found there were double the number of transports to Immigration and Customs so far this year compared to last. 3/4 of the detainments come from misdemeanor traffic offenses.
We figured that there would be an increase just because the new priorities are dictating that anybody with any kind of record or anybody charged with any potential criminal offense could be picked up. And while before the priorities were focusing on felonies and on people who had committed more serious crimes, more violent crimes, we figured there would be an increase because now we were seeing people picked up for no valid driver's license, driving with a suspended license, things like that. But I don't think we thought that we would see such an increase.
The increase in detainments and threat of deportation is creating a chilling effect in the migrant community.
There's so much fear among undocumented immigrants right now that it's hard to even get them to open up and want to talk. There's not a lot of incentive for them to talk to a reporter because it just puts a spotlight on them.
Patrick and Alexi followed the story across the state to Chrome Detention Center, which acts as a holding and processing area for immigration. You can find our full coverage at naplesnews.com. Type detainment in the search box. We'll wrap up our newsroom coverage with this week's commentary. Here's Brent Batten.
Thanks, Amy. If you're like me, you waited until Tuesday, April 18th to mail in your tax return, taking full advantage of the extra 3 days in tax season this year. Now, the experts tell us we shouldn't do that. Mail your return in early, they say, to avoid the possibility of someone else filing a return for you. Why would I want to do that? If someone wants to fill out page after page of complicated forms, add line 43 and 44, then deduct whatever is greater, the amount on line 45 or 20% of the amount of line 3A of Form 8384, on my behalf, they're welcome to do it. They can also write a check to the IRS and send it in for me if they'd like. But someone might steal your refund, the experts say. Refund? Ha! The last time I saw a refund, Donald Trump was wasting his investors' money on casinos in the USFL, not taxpayer money on weekend getaways. Refunds are for suckers. You're basically loaning the government money at 0 interest. Then they act like they're doing you a big favor by giving you some of your money back at the end of the year. If you or I tried that, we'd go to jail. So no matter what the experts say, I think I'll go right on filing my tax forms on the last day of the season, grudgingly writing a check to the IRS to mail in with them. The way I look at it, I'm buying the right to complain about the government for the rest of the year. I'm Brent Batten. Be sure to check out my columns on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in the Naples Daily News, and thanks for watching.
When we come back, we're talking bounce of a different sport. Women covet those long, springy curls. An expert stylist shares quick tips on how to get the look for yourself. That's ahead on Behind the Headlines.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida, and now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
Shop Bear's half-off select brand sale. Save half off on our most famous brands. Half off. Unbelievable. Why pay more for designer styles anywhere else? Who's the leader of the pack in design, quality, and value? Bear's. Take your lifestyle to a whole new level with our always free interior design service. Bear's. Often imitated, never duplicated. Half-off select brand sale. Final days.
The area's only 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're full-service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. Only at Physicians Regional Healthcare System.
Is your auto insurance keeping pace with your life? Ask for a AAA Triple Check Insurance Review to see if your current policy is still a good fit. An agent will assess changes in your life, like new vehicles or drivers. Make sure you've got the right coverage and all the discounts you deserve. They'll also see how a AAA membership can round out your protection on the road. Plus, provide roadside assistance, discounts, free services, and vacation extras. Ask for your AAA Triple Check today.
Yum or yuck? We'll let you decide. Fried pickles are showing up in many local restaurants. They may have started as a novelty found at local fairs and festivals, but now these crispy cukes are going mainstream. Okay, some people call them frickles. The Southern-style dish usually involves coating pickle slices with a flour-based batter, then frying them to perfection. Locally, Brooks Gourmet Burgers serves up tasty fried pickles. It's favored by our in-the-nose Tim Ayton. Mel's Diner also serves them, and so does Twin Peaks at Gulf Coast Town Center Mall. We've also had someone in our newsroom dying to try the fried pickles at Boston Beer Garden. So if you want to give them a try, pucker up and tell us what you think. While we're on this pickleball-inspired theme, how about adding some bounce to the mix? From cascading curls to beachy waves, hair is all about moving these days. We called on expert stylist Amy Handy for some shortcuts on how to work this trend at home.
The beach waves are a popular look right now, and a lot of people have asked me how to achieve the beach wave. And the thing that I've noticed a lot of people make the mistake of is trying to take their curling iron straight up and curl it, and it's hard to do that. So what I try to tell my clients is to think of your head in terms of two halves. When you're doing the left side of your head, hold the iron with your right hand and hold it over your head and point it down. And then instead of trying to get it clamped, I just simply like to grab the hair by the middle and wrap it. Don't let go of it, it'll twist a little bit. And for a more modern look, leave 1 to 2 inches free at the bottom. If you want a more traditional look, you can twist it all the way to the ends and have the ends curled. But I think the more modern, trendy way nowadays is to see the ends a little bit straighter, and it almost gives more of that soft, beachy look, like you literally have been at the beach and the salt water's hit your hair. If you really seem to have a hard time with your waves staying, don't touch the wave for about 2 to 3 minutes after it's out of the curling iron. It'll cool completely, and that'll help set it completely. And I just take vertical sections all the way around the hair, grab it down, pinch it, and wrap it. And you just leave it on the iron for 5 to 10 seconds. If you have blonde hair, you really don't want to leave it on the iron as long. Blondes tend to be a little bit more fine and delicate, and they can burn and singe and turn the blonde darker. And that's all there is to it. You just take your fingers, and if it's a little too curly for you, don't be afraid to brush it, because that's going to make it more wavy and soft as opposed to so curly. If you like the curl that you have in there, you can absolutely just take your fingers and shake it out, and you've got a great beachy wave. And voila.
Before we bounce out of here today, we've got to look at the area's newest pickleball courts, set to open anytime in Bonita Springs. When all is said and done, there will be 8 outdoor pickleball courts, adding to 2 inside the Bonita Springs YMCA. Thad Mass brought us this news. The courts are a welcome addition. Many of the places to play pickleball are found in private communities. So the Y teamed up with the city of Bonita to provide open access to the public, giving them a first-class field of play.
Yeah, one of the courts is going to have actual stands for folks who want to sit and watch pickleball games when they do tournaments. There's going to be a lot of landscaping to help provide shade during the summer because it's all outdoors. So they're stationed fairly close together so that you're far enough apart so you don't interrupt each other's games, but you'll be able to kind of watch, get some pointers and tips from other folks.
Keep up with the daily news to find out when the new courts will be up and running. That will wrap this edition of Behind the Headlines. Thank you for sharing your day with us. You can always catch up on past shows by logging on to naplesnews.com. On the left-hand side, under Quick Links, select Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. See you back here next week.